Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to Totally Dacob. Today we're going to be talking about this TV show that I am obsessed with. You guys, okay, subscribe to my channel, do all the good stuff. Subby, lovey, thumb up the video. I live stream every Saturday on my main channel. You're welcome to join. Let me cue in the chats. I'm filming this in front of a live virtual audience. Live chat. Hi everybody. Listen, you guys, I'm obsessed with something I found on YouTube, and it is a Chinese TV show that is actually streaming on YouTube, called, pardon me, Master of My Own. Now, when I first read about this, this is the poster for the TV show. First, I read about like Master of My Own. That sounds very similar to Flower of Story, you know, the perfume, Flower of Story, number 9. And I was like, oh my God, this is genius. And because at first I thought like, wait, Master of My Own? Like, you would never, like, what's the grammar has left the building. But I love it because it's so twisted. Master of My Own. It makes Master of My, what does it even mean? But anyway, so I watch a snippet, just a little teaser. Yes, Asia, I'm obsessed with this Chinese TV show. Obsessed. I watch it with English subtitles. The subtitles are perfect, by the way. There are no mistakes in the subtitles. It's just the title is like, I'm like, what does it mean, Master of My Own? But anyway, I saw a little snippet of it. And in the snippet, the guy, okay, so the main two actors, please forgive me if I butcher your names because I don't speak Chinese, but so the main actor, the main actor, who's the guy in the blue suit, his name is Lin Gangxin, and his character's name is Lu Jiming, and the lady in the green suit is Songyun as Ning Meng. Now they're sitting, so he's her boss, she's the secretary, and they're sitting in a restaurant, and he is gifting her, drum roll please, a Chanel bag. This is the scene. And he's giving her Chanel bag and she's like, I don't want it. And she wants something else. She wants the real deal, honey. Oh my God. So it was just like a 5-minute snippet. I watched this. I don't know what. It hooked me in because it's this kind of also Asian type of drama and comedy, which I live for because it's like the unspoken things. It's like very light drama, very light romantic comedy. It's that typical thing where like she never gets to say what she wants. Virtual Flower says, oh, what's inside? I'm going to get to that. Virtual Flower, I'm going to get to that. And I'm like sitting there thinking, oh my God, I love this. Like she never gets to say what she really wants. And he never gets to really hear her out. And he's kind of stubborn in his own way, and she is as well. But the whole scenario, you can see also from the lighting, the subtle nuance, like it's like a dream. I love stuff like this. I love it. I mean, the writing is super simple. The whole psychology is super simple. But it feels like in a dream because she never really gets to say what she wants, and he never really gets to hear her. And there's always this confusion. There's always this, you're just about to say something, but you don't. Oh my God. I'm living for it. And in fact, to answer your question, at least in the first episode, we never find out what is in the Chanel bag. You see, it's like in a dream. It's like you're constantly running towards something. You know when you have those dreams when like you want to see something, you want to unbox something, but you never manage to grab it, and always somebody keeps coming into the room and distracting you from the main goal. But that's what this show is all about. It's like a dream. I'm living for it. It's super simple. The structure is simple, but I don't know why. Like, for example, in one scene, he tells her, he's at a business meeting. She's his secretary. He's like a super diva acting up with his business associates. And they're like all scared of him because he's like a bossy bitch. And when she arrives, everybody's like, oh, thank God she's here because she's been working for him for 3 years. She knows exactly how to manage him. You know what I mean? So she comes in, she's this tiny little lady, right? But Oh, the sexual tension though. Oh my god, living for it because she has him under control. And he's like mean and yelling at everybody, but when she comes in, she has him in under her whip. So she's like, "What would you like to drink?" He's like, "I want a tea." She's like, with milk or with this?" She's like, "With it." She's asking him a thousand things. He said tea, but then she goes and makes coffee. You see what I mean? It's like such a dream scenario. And then she comes back with the coffee, but the coffee looks like tea. So she puts the coffee, but he said he wanted tea. She puts the coffee tea on the table in front of him, and he already knows. He's already like, "I don't want tea. Why did you make me tea? I want coffee." And she says, "I made you coffee." And he looks at it. He's like, and the three business associates that are super scared of him look at her like, "How did you know? He said he wanted tea, but you made him coffee." Oh my god, it's like little things like that. Oh, they tickle me. They tickle me. Oh my god. Lots of K drama on Netflix, says Trish. Do you watch Korean romantic drama? I don't, but I'm gonna start. Finley says, meaning everyone has their own master, or everyone is master of something. Finley asks. I don't know. Trish, Finley, that's a good question. I love rich people drama, says Tyler. But this is not really a rich people drama. It's fascinating, though. So Trish says the Chinese title is completely different from English. And Asia says the title would be translated actually as Call Me Manager Director. Wow, Asia. Oh, please call me manager. That's the title? You see what but I love how they I love how they translated the title into English as Master of My Own. I mean, you guys, that title alone merits an Oscar. Like, for real. Like, you gotta come up with a title like that. I'm Livin' Ferret. Livin' Ferret. Master of My Own is the TV show. And so he's like, he wants tea, then she makes him coffee. Before he looks at the coffee, he's like, "I don't want tea. I said I want coffee." She's like, "Well, coffee is what I made for you." Oh my god. So she doesn't want to be a secretary. She wants to be more than a secretary. He doesn't want to give her more, but he can't live without her because like she knows his every move before he makes it. He's really hot and but like, he's telling her like, "Hey, I don't want a love affair because I I respect you so much because you never had any illusions about me. For 3 years you've been a faithful woman." And then she's like, "I want to be more than that." He's like, and then he literally says, "No, you were born to be a secretary." She's like, "I'm much better than that." He's like, "No, this is your gift. So I'm going to raise your salary. I'm going to double your salary, but you're going to be a secretary." She's like, "No, I want to be an associate." He's like, "No, why do you want to be an associate? You have it so easy. All you got to do is make coffee and type some notes, and even a monkey could do your job." Yeah, he said it. He went there. And then she's like, "Can a monkey answer phone calls? Then get a monkey to answer your phone calls." I'm like, is that all you would tell him? If he told me a monkey could do your job, I mean, girl. But this like whole trying to find a logic in something that has no logic is so fascinating to me. I'm hooked. I'm obsessed with this show. And they only had episode 1. Episode 2 just came out, by the way. Like, I can't wait to see episode 2. It does have English subtitles, so the show is in Chinese, right? But it does have English subtitles, and I am living for this soft drama going on. It's amazing. And oh, T-Pal, you're already watching it? Yes. Thanks for the recommendation. I'll definitely check it out. Need to start practicing Mandarin again. And it's amazing. The actors are fabulous, by the way, you guys. First of all, she steals the show. Let me read the lady's name again. Tan Songyun as Ning Meng. She steals the show. She's amazing. He's good too. They have good chemistry between them. He's giving off that sexual tension, "I'm your boss" type of vibes. Like, you can enjoy me because I look so hot, but you cannot touch. Yes, he's giving off those vibes. And she is giving off the vibes like she doesn't really care, but she knows that he's hot, but she doesn't care. But he thinks she cares. So he's playing the master type of 50 shades of 50 shades of master of my own, if you know what I mean. But there's no, it never goes in that direction. It's always very innocent, but there's that subtext going on between them. It's so fascinating. It's so fast. The coffee shop is so cute in the opening access TV. It's super cute. I'm glad Dacob is watching different shows from around the world. I feel you can learn a lot of different cultures. Oh my God, Trish, you can learn so much different cultures, and I love doing it because obviously there's a logic to the script. There's a logic to how the writers wrote this show, and the logic in this particular case is a Chinese type of logic, I guess, which is different from my culture. But that's why it's so fascinating to me because I'm learning that conversation there's a different nuance to conversation, and I love it. It's so attractive to me, the way that they talk and the way that the tension between them. It's a very different type of tension that a secretary would have with her boss in America or in England or in Europe, for example. So she's very humble and very honest, but also bossy back, and she's like the brains behind his business because she in reality runs his business like women mostly do for men, right? She runs his business but doesn't get the credit for it. She's still just a secretary, and he doesn't want her to. And then she takes him home, and then because okay, so they're at this dinner, right? And then she said, spoiler alert, at one point she's like, hey, so the show begins with her telling her colleague, this is the last day I'm doing this job. I've been doing this for 3 years. I quit today. And she's happy about it. And her friend is like, oh my God, what are we going to do without you? You can't quit. And she says, yeah, there's going to be this award ceremony. He's going to win an award. And then I'm going to tell him something. And she doesn't tell us what she's going to tell him. So again, it's the setting where things are not outspoken. Things are kept secret from us. So we're kept guessing all the time. Oh my God, it's like in a dream. It's torture, but it's so delicious. And so she tells him, I'm done. I don't want to be your secretary. He's like, you have to be my secretary. You were born to do that. I'm not going to give you the job to be anything else. And she says, come with me to my home. And I'm like, oh my God. Like she just flipped it over from like fighting with him. She drank a glass of wine fully. She's like, my nerves are busted. She drinks a full glass. They don't even have dinner. And she says, I'm taking you to my home. And he thinks that we think, this is the crazy thing. We think that he thinks that she wants to have sex with him. So he accepts because he's like, okay, well, maybe this is going to get her to not want to quit the job. Like, okay, I'll give her what she wants. I'll give her my sexy body. But she doesn't want she doesn't want sex with him. She wants to take him home. He's rich. She's not. And she takes him to her apartment, which is like in this what he perceives to be a poor building, an apartment. And he's like, oh my God, this is so disgusting where you live. She's like, yeah, I just wanted to show you where I live. He told the driver, when the driver dropped them off at her place, he told the driver, if I don't come back in 1 hour, call the police. The driver is like, oh, you're going to have sex with her. He's like, no, call the police if I'm not back in 1 hour. Like he's literally scared for his life at this point. But she took him to her place just to show him like how poor she is for his standards. She's not poor, but for his standards. And he's like, why are all of these like my suits in your place? Are you like a stalker or something? She's like, no, I clean your stuff. Like literally when I leave the office and I go home, I don't have a home. My home is my second office. I work here for you. For my home, I have no time for myself. All I do, I don't have time for you, basically. She pulled an Anna Delvey. And she said, look, I have to do your laundry. I have to write your texts. I have to prepare everything you like. Like when I come home and I'm supposed to have free time for myself, I don't have free time for myself. I'm literally working just for you, even at home. And then his response to that is, you should be proud of that. You should be proud that I'm offering you so much space. Oh my God, he's such a jerk. Anyway, she kicks him out. He had to take his shoes off, even in the dirty apartment. He's like, you're making me take my shoes off in your apartment. She's like, yeah. So he puts slippers on. She kicks him out with the slippers. He's like, at least give me my shoes back. She throws the shoes at him. And the last gesture, she throws the Chanel bag out. She leaves it in front of the door and slams the door. And I'm like, oh my God, don't leave the Chanel. We still don't know what's in the Chanel shopping bag, by the way. And of course, I'm dying to know what's in the Chanel shopping bag. But she leaves the Chanel shopping bag in front of her apartment door, slams the door at him. Next, we have cut. He's in the chauffeur's car, and we don't know if he took the Chanel bag with him. And shortly after that, like she's calling her friend to complain. He calls his friend to complain, except he doesn't have friends. The guy he called just went back to sleep, said, "Don't annoy me, I'm sleeping," and hung up on him. So he's like all alone, like, oh my God, I have nobody to confide with. She has her friend or family member, I don't know who she's talking with, and she's also angry. And then that's the end of the first episode, but we don't see if he took the Chanel bag with him or not. So it's like, oh my God, I'm living for this show. Trish says, ugh, hate entitled rich men. Yeah, but he behaves, he's a total douchebag, but hot. He he behaves like this object that you want to have, but you cannot have because he is your boss, so you have to worship him. But it's very fascinating. It's not that simple a dynamic, like, it's not that douchey. There's softness to it. He's never, like in America, the boss would be a total douchebag, right? He would be portrayed as a total douchebag in a TV show if he were a douchebag. But this guy, he's not a douchebag. He's like, oh, he's just still a teenager at heart. He still doesn't understand. He's gonna figure it out. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, mystery Chanel drama. Live in Ferret. Oh my, this sounds like a must watch. Totally interested, Dacob. Thanks. Uh, Live Loveland. It's such a cheesy little drama moment, but no, Finley. Finley says, wait, she wants him to marry her? Really? No, she doesn't want him to marry. Well, I don't know. I didn't watch episode two. She, but in this, okay, to top it all off, you guys, to top it all off, in this first episode, the second half of the episode, she's holding her stomach and she's doing like, and I'm like, is she pregnant with him? Wait a minute, but they never had, sex. So wait, she's not pregnant. What's going down? And I'm like, well, we're gonna find out what's going on, right? And then when he comes to her apartment, she has another like stomach pain cramp attack, and I'm like, okay, well, now that he sees her in this pain, is he gonna ask her what's wrong? And instead, no, again, like in a dream, you never get an answer to your question. So we don't find out why she has cramps. We don't find out what's in the Chanel bag. We don't find out if she quit. She didn't say I quit. She never said I quit. We don't find out if he finally gets to talk to somebody or not about the situation. We don't find out what's in the Chanel bag. We don't. It's like you don't know anything by the end of the first episode, but you're hooked. I'm living for it. Living for it, like literally living for it. He's portraying imperialism, but she will end up changing him, says T-Pal. Could be, could be. Ingrid says, what's wrong with Secretary Kim vibes? Secretary Kim vibe. What do you mean? What's wrong with Secretary Kim? Kim? No, she's Ning. I don't understand the reference. Ingrid. Tina says, Chanel represents prestige. That's why it's Chanel bag, the legend, and Coco. I think maybe they don't even have a bag in the shopping. I think they just have a Chanel shopping bag. Maybe there's nothing inside. Oh my God, that would be even more fantastic if they just have it as a prop, but there's nothing inside, and we never get to find out if there's an object in there. Um. Another thing that I remembered in the TV show, at least for the English subtitles, they he said to her, you worked for me for 3 years. I want to give you like a raise and acknowledge your presence. And, now we're like moving on up. So I want you to have a decent bag. So he's kind of like making fun of her bag because she has like a no brand bag. And he's like, now that you represent me even more, like you have to have a decent bag. So he called the Chanel bag a decent bag. He didn't call it upper end luxury. I guess Hermes would be that, but he called it a decent bag. So he's like, now you need a decent bag. And he gave her the Chanel bag so that she will not embarrass him, in front of other customers and clients. Pardon me. So she gets really angry because this bag is not because he likes her. This bag is because like, hey, I'm buying you this bag to say thank you, but in reality, I'm buying it for you because I want you to look decent when you're with me. And I was like, oh, the shade. The shade. Calling the Chanel bag a decent bag. Oh, hun. Let me get my Hermes crop. The shade. Hermes crop, baby. More than decent. Luxury, darling. the affluence and the flatulence of it all. The Chanel bag is the bait that makes the cliffhanger. I know, love, live, love, Lynn. I hope there's a bag in there that we get to see it. I haven't watched the show yet, but this will end up in that way as every drama show would, says Asia to Finley. Finley says to Bonchadi, that would be fun. Bonchadi says, shall we do a weekly review then like you did for And Just Like That, and we can all watch, then discuss? This would be amazing. This is also something that we could technically do in Discord if I start doing finally membership, tier 3 members on my main channel. We could watch, because it's on YouTube. You guys, this show is on YouTube. Every episode is on YouTube. It's for free to watch. So anyway, Asia says, this means I don't have a decent bag. Well, for his standards, you don't have a decent bag. But of course you have a decent bag. That's so super silly to call a Chanel bag a decent bag. That's ridiculous. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to watch the next episode, you guys. Oh, Trish says, what's wrong with Secretary Kim is a Korean drama. Ooh, I'm going to check that one out, Trish. Let me write that down. What's wrong with Secretary Kim? Okay, thank you for the tip. Hold on. Okay. What's wrong with Secretary Kim? I'm writing this down. What's wrong with Secretary Kim? Subscribe to my channel and thumb up this video, by the way, while you're at it. You know, we want to get totally Dacob monetized as soon as possible. The more support, the merrier. I'll start watching the show, Dacob. Dacob has totally sold this show. I mean, it's such a simple show, you guys, and it's like, but I love it. It's like a comforting, easy watch and easy listen. And I know it's a sad story for now because she's not happy, but I feel like she's gonna be happy because she's so smart, she's so intelligent, like she's in control of the business. She knows what to do. And so you know it's going to be fine. You know she's a survivor. You know it's going to end up fine. But like you really, you just, I love it. It's such a comforting show. Teepa says, Park Seo-joon is a hot Korean actor. Asia says, how did you find this show? YouTube algorithm? Yeah, YouTube algorithm. And I was looking up for Chanel stuff. You know I'm obsessed with Chanel, you guys. So I was looking up Chanel stuff. And then this came up. And I was actually... You guys, I was watching it. I know this sounds so cringe, but if you know, you know. I was watching it hugging my my 255 pouch because it's leather, so I hug it a lot because it's just so tactile. So I was literally hugging this as a pillow while I was watching the show. You guys, I don't know. This O case is going to end up being literally my hug pillow, like my comfort Chanel leather pillow. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, it's almost the size of a pillow. It's super squishy and soft, and I kind of hug it, and it's my plushie. So I was watching the show, hugging my O case, and feeling some kind of way. I gotta say, I cannot wait for episode 2. It's like a Chanel plushie, like a Chanel pillow. Just Yapping is like, what's the name of it again? It's on YouTube, and it's called Master of My Own. So the translation is completely off, as we were told, as Trish translated it correctly for us. Vel says the pouch sounds like a dream. I know the pouch is a dream, Vel. I know you couldn't find one, but they're out of production. What can I tell you? You gotta get lucky to still find one in stock. They don't make them anymore. But the 255 version, they still do them. Oh my god! You know what I found out the other day? That this one costs more than the Timeless Classic version, even though this is the same thing. I was like, wow, that's insane. Anyway, you guys, a decent pouch. This was a decent pouch for their standards, for his standards. It was a decent pillow pouch. Isn't that funny? Yeah, you're welcome, Just Yapping. Watch Encountered. Oh, okay, Trish, let me write. Asian dramas are usually very romantic. They bring me to a comfortable world. I know, Trish. It's like so dreamy. Okay, Trish, so I'm going to watch Encounter. Okay. Wait, did you say Encounter is a Korean drama? Or Chinese? Yeah, Blonde and Chatty. I don't want to watch Squid Game either. I don't like that type of torture series and shows. I don't. So wait, what? So what do we? Is it a Korean drama or is it Chinese? Oh, Asia. Asia A translated the title. Sorry, Asia A. Korean? Trish, Korean. Okay, wrote that down. Yeah, yeah, no, sorry. Okay, Asia, so you translated the title correctly. So the title that we get to see is Master of My Own. So I can show you. Let me go back with the picture and I can show you the poster for the show. So there, you see that the title is in the center of the picture of this kind of like envelope thing and says Master of My Own. That's how they translated it. But Asia gave us the proper translation. The proper translation was like I'm my own boss, like be your own boss, something like that, right? Oh, Tyler, one of my favorite dramas is the Heirs. It's so Dynasty. Oh, Dynasty is also a good one, but Dynasty is more aggressive. It's more American, cutthroat capitalist. This stuff is more soft and oh my god, I live in ferret. So yeah, that's that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I wonder if it's based on a book. Yes, it actually says it's based on something at the beginning of the show. It did write like written by and then based on something. I think I do recall. I think I do recall it having a like based on a book by somebody. Asia says, check out Nothing But 30 show. There is a scene where rich Chinese ladies snob another lady for wearing Chanel instead of a Birkin. Oh my god, live in ferret. Okay, hold on. Nothing But 30. Is that also Korean? Nothing But 30. Snobbing Chanel scene. Wrote it down. I'm so happy Dacob is watching Asian dramas this Trish. I love it. Live in ferret. Live in ferret. Live in ferret. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. So cool. Oh, it's Asia says Chinese TV drama. Okay, Nothing But 30 is Chinese. Okay, gotcha. Okie dokie. Well, guys, this was my little tiny review of the first episode of Master of My Own. And I wonder if they wear Flower of Secret #9 perfume in the show. That would be amazing. Could you imagine product placement? If they had a scene, one scene in the bathroom, and they're like, "Yeah, Flower of Secret #9." Hilarious. Thank you guys so much. This show is on YouTube. It's for free, by the way, so enjoy it. It has English subtitles for those of you who don't speak Chinese. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Subscribe.